Hey, what's up, Army? Sorry I've been MIA, but I'm back. And so are you. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to share this space with me. And I hope that you are doing well. I'm just going to get right into it. I have a channeled message for today, something that I channeled yesterday. And I just needed to get on here and get this out. It's kind of a long one. It's like 4 pages, but it's really just one topic. It's not several topics. I set up to do a reading yesterday, and I sat down to see what was going to come out, and I was writing for an hour. So when I was done, I was exhausted and the distractions came out of nowhere and I was unable to get back on here. So today I've already been home for 2 hours, distracted as all hell. And I just had to shut everything down and get on here and put this out because I did not want another day to go by. And distractions is exactly what this message is about. In short, this message is talking about the dark. It's talking about entities. What you would call them is up to you. But it's really talking about entities that are fighting to keep us distracted. And it reminds me of a message that I got, I don't even know how long ago it was, where I saw all these dark energies surrounding the planet, trying to cause interference between us and our communication with the divine. And this is a more, I guess, in-depth explanation of that. So I'm just going to get into it. Again, what made me come down and really focus yesterday, I was sitting outside. I was on YouTube. I was watching a video, and I heard very gently, "It's time to get off the sidelines and get back into the game." And I was like, okay, I hear you. And I didn't move. And what I was watching actually froze, and I couldn't recover it. So I was essentially not forced, but left with no other option, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. And then I started hearing Adele, "Easy on Me." I just kept hearing the chorus over and over and over again, "Go easy on me." So I came downstairs, and before I was even able to light my candles, I just started getting messages. So I got my pen and my paper, and then I did my candles, I did my prayers, and then I sat and started writing. So first thing was the song, "Easy on Me." And then I heard baseball, which I don't know how baseball relates to anything, but I heard baseball. Maybe that's significant to you. And then I got the energy of someone being addicted to porn or sex. It's like every time they go to do something, every time they try to be productive in something, that's they go to that. It's this quick fix energy, and it's keeping somebody stuck. A lot of this was visions that I translated. Like I said, take it as it resonates. The dark is pulling out all the tricks of distractions. Surface distractions, superficial momentary pleasures, food, sex, shopping, thrill seeking, fast, quick fixes. I kept hearing that. Quick fixes, fast, quick fixes, drugs, alcohol, social media, and flattery. Thought it was weird, the flattery thing, but I guess it's like, ego, thirst trapping on social media. I just heard very distinctly flattery. Temporary solutions to long-term problems, creating more long-term problems on top of the existing ones, creating layers of things to work through to keep you from the root. I saw like a thorn bush. It's almost like a big tumbleweed of thorns, and I was inside of it. And I heard they hope to create so much in your mind and heart that you'll stick with the quick fixes because the healing has become an unbearable load. It's like looking at a messy house and not cleaning it because you don't even know where to start. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but that's the energy that I got. They love this. Again, I don't know who they is. This is a class of entities. I can just feel their energy. They love to weigh you down so you can't fly and become programmed with uncertainty and doubt that gets carried through lifetimes. I was shown this like a layer cake almost, where like these new unproductive habits and distractions get layered. It's I'm just hoping you understand what I'm saying because I don't really know how to explain it. It's like I see it. It's like when I went through recovery and I worked the steps. The thing about working the steps is uncovering the layers beneath addiction. What actually leads to the addiction? What skeletons are in the closet? What fears are in the closet? What shame and guilt is in the closet that causes said addiction? This is energies that convince a person to pick up another quick fix. Oh, you feel like shit? Don't you don't need to really figure out why. Just go shopping. You don't really need to figure out why. Just here. All you need is a glass of wine. You'll be fine. These dopamine rushes I'm hearing right now to avoid getting to your soul. And I was shown that these things get carried through lifetimes. A pattern of habits harder to break the more ingrained they become. And then we inevitably pass it down. It's like we carry these habits or these thought patterns, and then we come back another lifetime and it's even harder to deprogram because it becomes an ingrained habit after lifetimes and lifetimes of preferring these quick fixes over the real root work. It becomes harder. There's more. We're not just uncovering what we experience in this life. What we experience in this life is almost a repeated, well, not almost, I'm not going to say almost, is repeated cycles from past lives. If you believe in past lives, this is what I'm being shown. Inevitably, passing it off to your offspring through generations, successfully weighing down the entire human consciousness with a dense collective shadow. Now, we talk a lot about the butterfly effect of our positivity, the butterfly effect of our healing, the butterfly effect of our actions. This is the negative side. Our positive actions have all of our actions have a butterfly effect, positive and negative. This is looking at the destructive patterns that we carry, that we pass on. And I was shown how, I saw it. I saw one person passing it to their children, passing it to their children, passing it to their children. And we may think we are just one person and we don't really have that much of an effect on the world. But when you pass things on, it grows onto the next and the next and the next and the next. It's like I did that reading, Your Magic, and you touch people, and then that person in turn pays it forward to the next and the next. Like I said, it passing on your light, but you can also pass on your darkness if you're not looking at it, if you have no self-awareness of the effect that you can have. People think about, or talk about, I should say, breaking generational curses. But I was shown that people, while in one hand are breaking these generational curses, they're creating new ones for the new generation. And these entities, they are encouraging that. They are, I think it gets into it later on, they are planting these seeds to create more. It's like, oh, okay, you cleared up those generational curses. We're going to give you some new shit. So we need to be conscious in our growth that we are not creating new curses, new unhealthy habits. And then I saw, like, I just saw this weird, creepy hand with like red nails, like something out of a freaking weird ass movie. I don't know. And I heard master plan, deny, divide, and destroy. Deny, divide, and destroy. Deny your healing. Divide yourself from other people. Their plan is deny, divide, and destroy. Get you to deny, divide, and destroy. Does that make sense? If we are living in denial and division, we become easier to destroy. Thank you, Spirit. Tell you there are no problems where they clearly exist, and create problems where they don't exist. It's not a problem. You don't have a drug addiction. You don't have an addiction to whatever it is that you can't seem to put down. It's not a problem. What do they know? It's not a problem. Yet you're going to get mad. That guy is a problem. That guy needs to be handled. That guy is a problem. Do you understand? Ignoring the real problems and creating problems where problems don't exist. This is what they do. Planting seeds of doubt and fear on every level Hatred, division, resentment spread like poisonous wildfire of the mind. I heard disease-ridden psychopaths whose only mission is to feed on the good, prey on the weak, devour their hearts, blind their souls, and inseminate the critically hopeful. I heard that word very specifically. I stopped and I stopped at that word, inseminate, like inseminate, and the message was very clear. Inseminate. It wouldn't go any further. The message would not go any further. It stayed on that word. Yes, inseminate. So I guess we're talking about planting seeds, right? So I guess that would be insemination. So that makes sense. But inseminate, you know what I think of. I kept seeing like either a movie screen or film like burning up. Like, you know how it just kind of like shrinks up and disappears as the flame takes it over. I didn't even see a flame. It's like when you burn the edge of a paper and it just burns. You know what I mean? There's no flame, but it burns. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know what you would call that, but it's burning, but it's disappearing. I kept seeing that. And then I got destroy all record of human kindness. I got the reference of like Darkheart versus the Care Bears, and how like Darkheart hated the Care Bears because they loved and they were always so happy and they were always so caring. These beings, they can't stand us, yet envy us at the same time. And I'm sure you can think of somebody, a person, that's like that. Just as God uses people, so does the devil, so do these beings. Call them what you want once again. It's really covert and subliminal because we can't see them. I'm hearing now, I don't know what that saying is, but it's something to the effect of like they can't defend themselves if they don't know where we're coming from. This is where they're coming from. They're coming through distractions. They're coming through sometimes other people, places, and things. It's time to be alert and aware of your surroundings. Not afraid, not defensive, not paranoid, aware. So I asked, how do we fight back? They want you to be so weighed down and distracted that you never consider fighting back. They want you to lose faith in having any chance at winning anything. They want to make the task insurmountable on a personal level so that the idea of collectively coming together isn't a thought that gets any flame. They want you consumed with despair, jealous, envious, hateful, greedy, so that in the end you succumb to joining them instead of trying to defeat them. They want you consumed with despair, jealous, envious, hateful, greedy, so that in the end you succumb to joining them instead of trying to defeat them. Does this make sense? Because it makes sense to me. When you give up on hope, when you give up on faith, when you give up on, I'm hearing strength in numbers, when you give up on humanity, when you look at the world and say all hope is lost and it doesn't matter, then you just let this take over. You just let it happen because everybody's like that. Nobody loves anymore. Nobody cares anymore. That is what these energies, entities, beings, that is what they want. And I'm brought back to the channel message that I got that a while ago. I don't remember what I called it. I apologize. When I spoke about these two different energies, where there is one that feeds on us. This is that energy. I heard vile, earthbound, addicted to human energy. And then I started hearing that song, Adele, Go Easy on Me Again. And I got the energy that somebody's praying, God, go easy on me. Because they have chosen to work with these energies. And it's the energy of what it's like what I said about being so consumed with despair you just give in, being so consumed with greed you agree to it. Some people have come into contract and contact, obviously, if you come into contract, right? Some people have come into contract with these beings only to get chewed up, stripped of their power, and tossed aside. It's the energy of trusting someone with your business only to have them take over any rights you had and leave you with nothing. It's the energy that I was getting. The people are coming into contract with these beings or people possessed by these beings on promises. You'll have this, you'll have that, you'll be, I don't know, the greatest person in the world. Whatever it is, flattery. There's that word flattery again. No, you can trust me. It's okay. And then they lose everything because they don't read the contract that they actually signed. They're signing away their rights to their own gifts, their own talents, and in some cases, their own faces. Some have started rebuilding despite the hypocrisy and betrayal. They turn around and they say, okay, I fucked up, but I'm out of it, and they rebuild. They find their strength. While others couldn't take it and checked out completely, mentally, emotionally, and or physically. They come from all angles to finish you. They don't want anyone to fight and stand up for themselves. They want you to give up. They harvest the energy of lost souls. When you give into these energies, I'm not saying you specifically, let's say us as humans, give into these energies. We're no longer controlling the ship. And then we're just lost. Not all who wander are lost. That's what I heard very specifically. Those that blindly follow, that don't question, that put everything they have into another person or organization, political party, etc., to guide them, to give them the answers, never seeking their own truth. And I was reminded of that Prince quote that I have in my cards: if you lend your consciousness to another person, you're a robot. Their light is so, and I heard this very specifically, their light is so easy to take when they can't see it for themselves, when they can't even think for themselves, when they're willing to do whatever they're told. Feed whatever seeds are planted, just so they don't have to think for themselves and can carry on with their meaningless tryptophanian pleasures. I don't know if tryptophanian is an actual word. I know tryptophan is like that shit in a turkey that makes you sleepy, right? It's fostering this environment of, I don't even have the energy to fight. I posted a video a while back on a community page, and it was something to the effect of the danger of following a fantasy or something like that. And in this video, there is this kid who's training to be a knight, and he goes home one day, and there's like this little I forget what it was, this little ghost guy or something in his room, and he's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm here to grant all your wishes, show you whatever you want. And he starts wishing for all this, like to see whatever you want or something to that effect. And he starts wishing to see like all these naked women and in all these weird positions, and it becomes like his own, you know, personal fantasy viewing thing. And at first he keeps going back to train as a knight, but this, whatever this being shows him in his room, becomes more interesting than regular life. And there's women in the village that are interested in him, but he thinks that they're boring because of whatever this little thing in the corner is showing him is more interesting. He could show him whatever he wants to see, and he can come up with the greatest of fantasies, and he's going to show him. And then he gives up altogether on being a knight and spends all his time indulging in fantasies that this little creature in the corner of his room is going to show him. And then one day, this thing starts laughing at him. He's a waste of nothing in his room, consumed with these fantasies. And he starts laughing at him, and he's like, why are you laughing? And he says, because today is the day that this demon is supposed to destroy your village. And you were the only one that would have been able to defeat him. But now you can't. Because you gave up on your training. You gave up on everything. And now you can't. And now he wins. And this guy had no choice but to sit and watch his village get destroyed. He had no energy. He had no fight. He had no skills. This is what this is talking about. Wake up. Stop eating the lotus they feed you is what I heard. And then I got a really like creepy vision. I just saw people like all like lined up next to each other, focused on whatever was in front of them. I don't know. They were just like leaning over video games, their phone. I don't know what it is. With these beings behind them, drawing their energy, like taking their light is the only way I can describe it. I could see like the light coming out of their bodies in streams, and these beings are just like harvesting it, I guess. Their energy, their light, their God power, their fight, their will, their determination, their passion. Make the most of what you do. Act with purpose and intention. Help others. Act with love. Give freely, knowing there's more than enough for everyone. Remember, lack is how they need you to feel, so that whatever solution they offer, you'll jump at the bait and take it. Heal and love yourself to avoid the need for outside validation. Fill your own cup to avoid thirsting for anyone else to fill it for you. Fill your days with learning and growth. And then I got that Tupac quote. We are made to grow. We either evolve or we disappear. Stop worrying about what your neighbor is or isn't doing and take care of your own side of the street. One by one, the lights will grow to many. The fire will grow and the love will prevail. There is no power in the universe greater than love. We know this. God is love. They want you to forget that. They want you to forget who you are. They want you to hand over your power through lack of faith in who you are. They want you to think that they are God, but love is God. God is love. Love is God. God is love. Love is God. God is love. Love is God. I kept hearing it over and over. If it doesn't come from love, it is not God, and it is weak in comparison. They are weak because they cannot survive without you. Take your power back. It is your God-given inheritance and gift. Intimidation is manipulation. Fear is manipulation. Distraction is manipulation, none of which come from love, none of which come from God. When you love, you allow God to flow through you. And when God flows through you, nothing can defeat you. And then I heard, stay well. And again, the Prince quote that we say often on this channel, there's a war going on. The battlefield is the mind and the prize is the soul. Stay awake because they work while you sleep. And then today I heard the planet is infested with parasites, and the only way to exterminate is to starve them. Learn to identify manipulation tactics. Learn to recognize what and who is robbing you of your precious time and energy. is there an even exchange? Is it loving? Is it productive? And that's it. That's the message. And it feels so urgent. It feels so important. It's as humans, gender, race, origin, sexual preference, all aside, political party, all aside, red pill, blue pill, whatever the fuck you want to label yourself, none of that matters. Humanity. Humanity. Love. Genuine nature is what is meant to rule this planet. And people need to wake up to that. It's more than global warming. It's more than conspiracy theories. It's more than anything earthly. At the end of the day, at the end of every day, it is a spiritual battle. Every day is a spiritual battle. I don't know about you, but me personally, the distractions, the whatever gets thrown at me to keep me from coming on here, don't stop. And some days I lose, and some days I win. But I don't stop. Maybe they can knock me down for a day or two, but I always fucking get back up, and that's what it is. We got to keep getting back up. We got to keep holding on to our values, holding on to what we know in our hearts. Our hearts are so important. Our love center. And to give up on love is the same as giving up on not only humanity, but giving up on God. We have to watch our perspective. We see so much bad in the world. When we focus on the news and focus on all these the media, they want you to think there's no good left in the world. They want you to lose hope. They want you to lose faith in humanity and in your own abilities. That is the plan. And they're willing to wait as long as it takes. And I feel so passionate about this and the way these messages are given to me. They're so important. Yet there are very few people that I can even have this conversation with that care enough. I can only imagine how many people have already clicked off. It is so important. This is what is at the core of our existence. This is what is at the core. If there's something that you want to do or you've always wanted to do and things just keep getting in the way, that doesn't mean you should stop. It means that you're meant to do it that much more. And I'm talking about things that are good, things that are positive, things that can have the potential to bring a loving ripple effect on the planet. Not talking about weird obsessions or, I know you know what I'm saying. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them stifle you. Don't let them distract you. And if you do get distracted, it's not a defeat. All that matters is that you keep trying and you keep calling on God, whatever you see God to be. Some people see God as life. Some people see God as nature. Some people see God as a man in the sky. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what you call God, just that you call God. Because, like this message said, when God flows through you, nothing can defeat you. I'm going to leave it at that. And if you're still with me, thank you. You are a real one. You really are. And I hope this message meant something to you. Yeah. I'll probably be back for a reading at some point. But until then, you're beautiful. I love you.